In the late 8th century, the Vikings, hailing from Scandinavia, were a seafaring people from Denmark, Norway, and Sweden. These Norsemen came from a land of fjords, forests, and icy waters, a harsh environment that shaped their character. Their sleek and swift longships allowed them to navigate the treacherous waters of the North Atlantic with remarkable skill. Driven by a thirst for riches, land, and glory, they embarked on daring voyages that would leave an indelible mark on European history. The Vikings were exceptional shipbuilders and seafarers, their lives intertwined with the sea. Their seafaring skills and mastery of shipbuilding made them some of history's most renowned mariners. Their ships, especially the iconic longships, were marvels of engineering and design. These vessels were unmatched in speed and maneuverability. Constructed from sturdy oak, these ships were both lightweight and incredibly strong, making them ideal for long sea voyages. They could navigate rivers, the open ocean, and even the shallowest of coastal waters. This versatility enabled the Vikings to explore and trade. With their distinctive high prow and stern, the longships were adorned with fearsome carved dragon heads to ward off evil spirits and intimidate their enemies. These designs also added an element of aesthetic beauty to the ships. The Vikings possessed a deep understanding of the wind and currents, allowing them to navigate vast distances without modern instruments. This knowledge allowed them to confidently traverse the seas. Their seafaring prowess took them far beyond Scandinavian waters to the British Isles, mainland Europe, the Mediterranean, and even North America. These explorations cemented the Vikings' place in world history. The year 793 AD marked a turning point in European history, the beginning of the Viking Age. That year, Viking raiders attacked the unsuspecting monastery of Lindisfarne, an island off the coast of Northumbria in northern England. The raid on Lindisfarne sent shockwaves through the Christian world. Caught completely off guard, the monks were easy targets for the Viking warriors. News of the attack spread like wildfire, portraying the Vikings as savage barbarians in the eyes of many. The raid on Lindisfarne signaled the start of a new era of Viking expansion, one in which they would raid, trade, and settle across vast swathes of Europe and beyond. While often remembered for their fearsome raids, it's crucial to acknowledge that the Vikings were much more than ruthless warriors. They were also skilled sailors and intrepid explorers. They were skilled explorers, traders, and settlers who established a vast network of trade routes and settlements spanning Europe and beyond. By expanding trade routes, Vikings interacted with diverse cultures. Driven by both economic necessity and a thirst for adventure, Viking explorers traveled far and wide, their longships carrying them across the known world and into the pages of history. They established trading posts and settlements in England, Ireland, France, Russia, and even North America. In these new lands, they traded with local populations, fostering cultural exchange and demonstrating their adaptability and resilience in diverse environments. Despite harsh climate conditions, Vikings managed to survive. Their trade network stretched from the Caspian Sea in the east to the North Atlantic in the west, connecting distant cultures and fostering economic exchange. This vast trade network solidified the Vikings' importance in world history. The Vikings' voyages of exploration led to the establishment of settlements far beyond their Scandinavian homeland. Influenced by factors such as overpopulation, political unrest, and the lure of fertile lands, they sought new opportunities in foreign territories. They established a lasting presence in many parts of Europe, including England, Ireland, Scotland, France, and Russia. In 911 AD, a Viking chieftain named Rollo struck a deal with the King of France, gaining control of a region in northern France that would become known as Normandy. Their settlements in places like Iceland, Greenland, and even North America, centuries before Columbus, are a testament to their exceptional seafaring skills and spirit of exploration. The Viking Age, lasting for roughly 3 centuries, couldn't last forever, though known as masters of the seas and land, changing world conditions gradually eroded their power. By the 11th century, Viking dominance began to wane. These once powerful warriors were now beginning to lose their former glory. In Europe, particularly in England and France, The rise of strong, centralized monarchies led to more organized resistance against Viking raids. These new powers developed more effective defenses against Viking attacks. The Christianization of Scandinavia played a role in pacifying the Vikings as they gradually adopted the religion and customs of their neighbors. This shift softened the Vikings' warrior spirit. The warmer climate in Europe during the medieval warm period made farming more viable in Scandinavia, reducing the need to seek resources elsewhere. During this time, Vikings turned more towards agriculture. The Vikings, once feared harbingers of chaos in Europe, gradually assimilated into the societies they once terrorized, their unique culture and traditions blending with those of the lands they adopted. This process led to the Vikings' exit from the historical stage. Although relatively short-lived, the Viking Age left an indelible mark on the history and culture of Europe and beyond. Their voyages of exploration, trade, and conquest expanded the geographical horizons of their time. The Vikings were not just raiders and conquerors, they were also skilled craftspeople, artists, and storytellers. They left behind intricate jewelry, weaponry, and runic stones that offer insights into their beliefs, values, and artistic sensibilities. Their sagas, epic tales of gods, heroes, and adventures have captivated audiences for centuries. Once feared as harbingers of chaos, the Vikings are now recognized for their significant contributions to shipbuilding, navigation, trade, and exploration.